Ilhan Omar's rarefied status as a social media very savvy, attractive first Somali-American congresswoman has largely insulated her from legacy media criticism. And tonight's breaking news seems to be just another example of this. Well, first, the New York Post published a bombshell story on this divorce filing from a D.C. mother who's alleging that her political consultant husband, Tim Minette, admitted to having an affair with Omar and that, quote, he made a, quote, shocking declaration of love for the squad member. The Daily Caller News Foundation is now reporting that Omar's campaign, quote, dispersed tens of thousands of dollars in travel expenses to the company owned by Minette. Omar denied even dating anyone in an interview today. Apart from a short article on NBCnews.com, the other major networks seem to be silent on this. Here to weigh in, Monique Presley, attorney and Democrat strategist, and Matt Schlapp, chairman of the American Conservative Union. Matt, these issues are never pretty, but they're kind of piling up. And why is the media downplaying it when, again, the squad, they fancy themselves kind of at least the cultural/moral arbiters of our time, but this is a little curious.
You know, Ilhan Omar is curious to me, to use that phrase. You know, I can't quite figure out what her philosophy is in life. If she's like this modern feminist, it feels good, do it kind of person, or is she someone who has religious views that take her to another place? I kind of can't figure it out. All I know is that I keep thinking if a Republican congressman had been funneling a bunch of money to their lover, I think we'd be reading about it all over the place. And I think it's a misappropriation of taxpayer money at the very least.
Monique, it seems like there's a few holes in this story, at least as we know it today. Her office saying no relationship, but it looks like the Daily Caller has some of the documents.
Right. I mean, we're not going to believe it until we actually have facts, but I just can't believe myself that my really good friends on the right are taking exception with a woman, if it's all true, having some affair while one's married, the other's married. I mean, this is the kind of stuff that for the past couple of years we've been saying through congressmen and senators and even presidents.
Oh, I think the problem is paying money to your consultants, consultant/lover. That's a problem. That's an ethical problem.
And even when there's money on the line, it seems we're saying, not that big of a problem until now. So he's a legitimate consultant. We know that. He has a legitimate company that did legitimate business.
He has a legitimate wife and a legitimate child.
And I'm trying my best not to talk about the current president of the United States who had a legitimate wife and an unborn child, because what we were told by my good friends like Matt on the right is, or by my good friends like Reverend Graham.
No grandstanding.
But that's not grandstanding.
But you're grandstanding because we all know that. We're talking about money going to your consultant.
And do we care or don't we?
Going to your consultant, who is also you have a relationship?
No, I think. You care when it's the congressman?
No. If it's taxpayer money that's being
taxpayer salary,
in an inappropriate, illegal way,
it's campaign money.
Question.
It's campaign money, so it's same and same.
Doesn't matter. It's sanctioned by the FEC.
Exactly. So if you use campaign money to shut down a mistress, then there's a problem. Well, or is there not?
Well, they certainly found out, according to the investigation, that wasn't determined by the investigators.
For the state charges on that?
I don't think. I think thus
Are we really going to keep investigating these things for 2, 3, 4, 5 years?
Right. No, especially when we already know the facts. Why would we?
Yeah. And I think, look, I'm someone who doesn't dismiss these four women. I think they've been really incredibly savvy and, in their own way, very smart how they've dealt with social media. They have a platform. I happen to disagree with it. But boy, they are out there advocating for what they believe in. I mean, again, it's not what I believe in.
Police. They are advocating for what they believe in.
Well, it depends on what you mean on morality.
One of the things that I appreciate
their morality is green jobs and green economy.
When we looked at Gillibrand and the way she called out Franken, which I'm a Democrat, but I didn't agree with. When we looked at all those things, you were always the one that said, let process be process. And you are the person who's always said, let personal be personal. And I don't ever disagree with that.
I defended Franken. I think